Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So, looking at a mod, male face textures by Den987. So, the idea here is to make your character and people, guys in general, look better. It doesn't change body mesh or textures, really. It's just supposed to do a face texture and to smooth things out. It doesn't change any features, etc., etc. The thing about this is this texture is only for the head only, which makes it less useful. If you'll notice here, Porthos' face and neck do not match his chest and his body because we're using that face texture, which is basically just a head texture, and there's no body texture for it, or there's no body texture with it, so that Porthos is still using my old body texture. Now, this is not a load order problem or any other type of issue like that. It's just a fact that when you use a separate... I don't really see that it improves their faces either, because this guy is still just covered with the same old junk. So let's see if
whatever you need.
But anyway,
simple and strong.
The whole face texture thing, the whole idea of doing a face texture really only works. Hold still.
Iron or steel is what you need.
Now see, for the NPCs it's not so bad, but you can see that line at the base of his neck. Now I've done a complete reset, everything, you know, reset the Xbox, everything. And the problem is just that you're using a texture for a face, for a head, and then you're using another texture for the body. It doesn't matter if it's a vanilla texture or if it's the texture I'm using, which is tempered for males or whatever. Unless you have matching textures, you're going to get that little line, you're going to get that discoloration. The head and the neck are not going to match the chest and the rest of the body. It's just a fact. It's just the way it is. It's the way this is made. This is why I don't do these types of things, because it always creates this problem. And
all right, then.
That's why it's better to just have a texture that covers everything, which is what I do. So, I did want to show you this, though, in case you were curious about it, because it says it's going to clean up or smooth out their faces and stuff, and it really, I can't really tell that it does. It's just a different texture. Now, maybe, depending on what you're looking at, maybe to you it smooths it out and looks better. I'm always looking for something that'll help make the guys look better. Like, I would like to have a way to remove the dirt from, you know, or whatever, from the blacksmiths and stuff. That's just ridiculous that people would walk around with that much black on their face. I mean, not that it never happens in real life, but it just, you know, seems ridiculous. So here's the thing. I put this down here, and for it to be a head-only texture, I mean, it's almost as big as this, and this covers the whole body, head and body. So I'm not sure why they made this not to change the body texture. The only way to make this work, you'll notice even in their thumbnail picture, it's a two-tone. The head is one color and then the body is another. The only way to make this work is if you knew exactly which texture they're using and you had a version for the body, or if you just could use this texture all over for the head and the body, then that would work. So I don't really, this is why I don't use head-only textures. It's really not very useful. It always leaves a line and leaves two tones where your head and face is one color and your body's another. So there you go. I'm not putting the mod down in that if you like that texture and you don't care about just my little gripe about the two-tone stuff, then you may like that mod fine. I mean, his face and everything, it looks fine. It's a different texture. It looks good on Porthos, but I couldn't tell that it did much for the blacksmith, which is, to me, I mean, that's, you know, that's an NPC that needs some work, and if it doesn't do much for him, then I don't know how much difference it's really going to make for other things. Maybe there was something specific that this person was looking at, and that it smooths it out for them. It simply replaces the textures with smoother ones, building on the vanilla look of the characters. So, I mean, you either like it or you don't. It's a pretty simple idea. So, yeah, this is just a face texture mod, which that's why I don't use just a face texture mod, because it doesn't really work for me personally. It's just me subjective. Now, if you don't mind that, you notice the coloration is close, and even on the blacksmith it was close. If you don't mind that little subtle line, then you're okay. Let's go look at someone else. Let's look at this dude, for instance.
Yes?
And you can see the little subtle line around the base of his neck. I hope it shows up in the video. You can definitely see it otherwise.
You're new around here, so I'll go easy on you. But don't get on my bad
But this
side.
guy does not look like his face has been smoothed out or improved in any way. So let's check in here. Of course, the girls will not be affected. Let's see. Let's take a look at this dude.
Orgnar.
Our old friend.
Orgnar, are you listening?
See,
Hard not to.
Orgnar,
The
he
ale
actually has a
is gone.
more
We need to get it
defined
done.
line. I just don't think it works for him.
Did you hear me?
The texture is too different
Yep,
from his
ale's
vanilla
going
texture.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make
So,
sure we get a fresh
alright,
batch
well
of
that's
soup.
all. I just wanted to show you that mod. I didn't have high hopes for it because I don't like that type of thing, but if you do, then it does work. It's fine in what it does. It's just subjectively, for me, I don't like that. I want my textures to match so that people aren't walking around with two tones, one color head and another color body. And that's just a preference of mine. So you can check it out and see what you think. It is Male Face Textures by Den987. And like I said, it does work, and it is a different texture, and it's a choice. Okay? Alright. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.